Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and today we're talking about some simple design mistakes that maybe you don't even realize you're making, or maybe you just haven't got to the point where you've made these decisions yet, and we can avoid the mistakes before they happen. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get into it. Now, this design mistake is not something that you would probably consider to be a mistake, but it's something I see that, like, I don't know, it's just not giving me what I need to be given. Okay, it's just not fulfilling everything that could be happening. And that's a window in a kitchen. I love a window in a kitchen. Obviously, we want as much light and natural light as possible, but kitchens are just interesting in the way I feel like they have to be built in, or, you know, they need to feel more substantial than they typically do. So I see all of the time kitchens where they've got a window in them and the window just looks like unsubstantial. It just looks like, oh, there's a gap in the cabinetry, so there's a window in the wall. Like, it doesn't feel like it's meant to be there. It doesn't feel intentional. It's all about lighting, and it's all about a window treatment. So let's talk about how to actually do it. I want you to have a look at this first kitchen because it's beautiful. This is a great kitchen, and I love an adventurous spirit. And by that, I mean the maroon island in this kitchen. It's pretty. I like it. It's pretty. It looks good with the white cabinetry on the wall. That two-tone vibe is nice. And have a look at the granite. Okay, this is just like basic builder grade granite. It's nothing flashy or special, groundbreaking. Even the backsplash is just a simple white backsplash, a white ceramic tile backsplash, okay? And also the splash back, so like the part of it that's the granite that comes up right behind the sink under the window, love that detail. But the cabinetry here doesn't extend to the ceiling, and I love that because it feels substantial and luxurious and expensive, but it's not doable for everybody in every house, right? Like, we just have to be realistic about it. What's good about the top of this cabinetry is that there is a trim detail. I don't like to see cabinetry that doesn't at least have like that little bit of trim there because it just looks unfinished to me. But the window here is meh. It's fine. It's there. It's letting in great light, but I feel like a window should be extended upwards. The same way I like a vent hood instead of a microwave above a cooktop. Like, I want that substantial moment there, and the window is a great place to do that. So I went in and I photoshopped this kitchen. I did a little edit to add a Roman blind here, and I did it in a more traditional fabric that has a little bit of a floral print to break up a dark, rich color like the maroon to match the island. I want to pull that color in, a little bit more of it, another reference point, and it has a little bit of like a French country-ish feel to it. There's a lot of different things you could do here. You could do a more kind of cottage look and do like a white and maroon linen striped fabric for a Roman blind. That could be interesting. Lots of other things there, but it's all about referencing back to these tones and pulling them out a little bit more. And what you also don't necessarily see in this photo that I just know of from working with the materials is that builder grade granite has these little like quartz crystals in it that are that maroon color. And so it once again is tying all of that back together. And this just makes that window feel more substantial. Just feels a little bit bigger. Just, you know, I mean, it's just feeling like, oh wow, I'm looking at that, I see that. It's like a bold moment there above the window. My eye is drawn to it and I'm like, slay. Okay, it's giving what needs to be given, and I like that. Okay, the next design mistake I see all of the time being made is when you're not really thinking about how your flooring selections work with everything that's already existing, because not everybody goes in and does a major renovation all at once, right? Like, you know, I mean, if I'm saving up to redo the floors in my house, I may not be able to save up at the same time to redo my kitchen. So I want things to kind of happen in phases, but I also have to think about what am I keeping, what's going to be there in the long term, and then how do they work together? You can't just go into the flooring store and say like, I like that flooring, that's fine and it'll work, or this is new and modern, I want to put it in, because if nothing else is, it doesn't really make sense. And this kitchen is a prime example of that. Now, this kitchen has got a lot of redeeming qualities about it, and this is not gonna be an entire kitchen video, okay? We're just starting here. One of the things I really like about it, I love the countertops. This is a great granite selection here. And now I also like the layout of this kitchen. I like that the cabinetry is on one wall, and then we have this gorgeous wall of windows here. It just brings so much light in. It looks so good, and I love how the cabinetry feels more substantial there because there's nothing by the windows, even though the cabinetry doesn't extend to the ceiling, okay? Like, and also, what I really don't like is that there is a microwave above the cooktop. I think a vent hood would be better, but even if you just kept that there, okay, we're just rolling with it as is, all right? The flooring does not, in my opinion, make sense with the cabinetry color. Like, why is the cabinetry orange and then the floor is like a gray brown? The flooring looks really good with the countertops, but not really the cabinetry. So how do you overcome that? What do you do? Have a look at the edit here. I went in and adjusted the color of the cabinetry to make it darker and pull from the tones of the flooring. Now, this is oak, so it's not gonna have as much variation as the flooring ever will, and that's okay. You can easily do that, and I always like to mix different wood tones together, and sometimes this is really dramatic, so we pulled one of the darker tones out of it to tie everything together with, and it creates a more grounding element, something that's more impactful. It makes the flooring choice feel more intentional. This also is much more cohesive with the stone tops in this kitchen because this kind of taupey brown color also exists within them and it looks really great. I've added bamboo blinds above the windows, once again to increase the height a little bit, add some texture in, and pull a different tone a little bit from the flooring. Something that's a little lighter, a little warmer, so that we kind of get another reference point to some other tones in the floor. We gotta mix those shades together, okay? And I went in and added a better light fixture here because let's be real, like, you're not gonna come to me with like an ugly, flush ceiling mount fixture and be like, how do I make it beautiful? Like change the light fixture out, that's the obvious choice. This one is good because it's got the same tones as the cabinetry and everything like that. So I'm really feeling positive about that. And then it's just about filling some little things in. We needed a little bit of artwork, some little like kitchen accessories, give me a cutting board and I'm more than happy. It's all about creating those cohesive tones. And sometimes you just need someone on your side when you're making these decisions. And that someone would be a designer. And I recommend you get a little bit of feedback before you make big decisions in your house so you avoid mistakes like this. If you wanted to work with a designer, I can recommend a great one to you. That would be me. You could always book a one-on-one interior design consultation with me using the link in the description box down below to discuss any and all of your design and decorating needs. And we can also talk about future planning when you're doing renovations, which I think is a really good thing to consider. So be sure you head to the description box down below, check out that link or go to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Now, another design mistake I see all of the time, and you all know because I am a hater of this, I hate an accent wall because usually they're just not done well. I'm typically like a give me everything or give me nothing, go big or go home, give me an accent ceiling first. Like I want to be challenged. I want to be interested in like what I'm seeing. And sometimes it's done almost all the way there, but just not completely. Like I need more. Like you stopped, you held yourself back, you got a little bit scared or intimidated by the choices you were looking at, and so you didn't push it far enough. And this space is a prime example. This is a nice wallpaper. It's actually very pretty. It's got a lot of saturated colors. It's moodier, it's darker, and I like it. And I specifically like what this person has done with the wallpaper and then the bed. And they know what they're trying to do, okay? They know what they need to do because they chose those dark blue pillows to reference the color, the back color of the wallpaper, the color of the paper itself is a dark blue. They know what they were doing, but they chickened out. They chickened out. And I don't like that. Go big or go home. Like be adventurous, be brave. Oh, if you make a mistake, guess what? You can go back and fix it. If you get a wall color you don't like, it's possible to repaint walls. And if you're being adventurous, mistakes might happen, but it's all about pushing yourself to go further. Now, the reason I just am not, the space is not giving me what needs to be given is because we've got this great wallpaper, but then we're just lacking everywhere else. I would stick with the carpet that's here because unless you're changing the carpet in your entire house, like there's no point in changing it in just one room, in my opinion. But I have a problem with this harsh white ceiling and then this gray wall. The ceiling was painted with ceiling paint. It is like that, like copy paper white, the brightest white you could get, like high reflectance white, 100%, reflecting all of the light down. And it just looks so stark. It almost looks cold because it's so bright white, as where the trim is not. They don't look right together. The bright white ceiling is making all of the trim look yellow. And then this taupe accent wall is making the carpet look like it is like stained or something. It makes it look yellow too. Like it just is so weird to me, this combination. So I did an edit for this client, this potential client, you can call me. And we're going big or we're going home. And this person is home. So this is what they're going big with. And I love that for them. I did the ceiling in blue because I love blue and we're pulling from the back color of this accent wall, this wallpaper, because we just need more of it. We need more. Take it up on the ceiling, give me something adventurous. It's darker, it's moodier, but this is a bedroom. We're sleeping here. It's supposed to be dark. make it darker, make it moodier, and that's great. And then I pulled the other color of the accent wall out for this kind of taupey beige or gray wall. Like, I don't like that at all because it's making the carpet look really bad. So I chose a green because why not? And I went ahead and added some window treatments because, like, what are you, sleeping in the room with no window treatments? You don't have a blackout on the blinds? Like, how are you sleeping in? I want you to relax. I want you to be comfortable here. So I went and added them in a blue because I like blue. And I just think it looks better than a green would on this wallpaper. And I think, honestly, it's giving a 10 out of 10. What I also did here is I added a piece of artwork on the wall. The reason I added a very neutral piece of artwork is because we have other neutrals happening. The carpet is neutral, the bedding is neutral. Add a neutral piece of artwork onto this big span of wall that's in a bold color to help break it up a little bit, to reference back to some of those more subtle tones in this space in a bolder way. Another basic design mistake I see all of the time, and you all know, I believe that the way to make a space look beautiful, expensive, and luxurious is through window treatments. Great window treatments are always going to elevate your home. No matter what your style is, no matter how big or small the space is, great window treatments are always going to do that. Just like I said with a kitchen, I don't like that blank window there. Add a window treatment above it. It just enhances a space. Look at this living room. It's pretty. It kind of looks like it's staged. Okay, this house maybe is for sale or something like that. That's fine. But it's a pretty living room. This is a good space, a really good space. It's very kind of neutral, a lot of white, a lot of stark colors, and we don't have a ton of things, you know, adding and building into the contrast and layering in this space. That's why I think it's staged. We need some window treatments here just to put something on this wall. It's a big blank wall and we need a little bit of contrast here. Okay, we have this like off-white color with a white trim. It's pretty, it's subtle, it's refined. It's boring. We need something here. So I went in and added drapery. It needs drapes. It needs drapes. It needs window treatments. And let me tell you what, it looks better here. The drapes are floor to ceiling and they look great and they're beautiful. There's a lot you can do with drapes. I like pinch pleats because you get a lot of volume in less space. You get a lot of these like ripples and folds in them that just look beautiful and really enhance the vertical lines in a space. It makes the ceilings look taller, builds it in a little bit more. But when I was editing this photo, I did get into a fight with ChatGPT. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, I don't use AI for all of this and that. We're not BFF, but I was like, I'm gonna do it and she's gonna do this for me and we're gonna work together. Absolutely not. I got into a fight with her and I had to tell her off because she did the wrong thing 3 times. My job is safe. Let me tell you that. AI is not coming for the designers. Okay, I know that as a fact and I know it to be true. So whether you think you're decorating your home using AI or whatever or not, it is worth taking a little bit of designer's time or at least asking some of your friends if something looks correct or normal. But these drapes are gonna do a lot for this space. Now, there's a lot of different colors you could have chose. I just chose like a standard kind of a charcoaly black gray color because we have some black accent points in the house. We're referencing to them. It enhances some of the darker tones, adds a little more contrast. But you do have to be aware, this space, for example, has a vent under the window. If you have drapes on a window like this and you close them, all of the heat or cool air will just get trapped behind the drapes. It won't be in the space. Not only is that just not good for, you know, like the use of energy in the space and everything, like you're not getting the heat that you're paying to have made in the house. Like that just doesn't make sense. Also, like heat behind the drapes, like stuck there. I don't know. I don't really like that. So if you wanted to do something like this, I would also recommend adding in a blind of some sort onto the window. The blind is for the privacy. The drapes are the wall treatment. That way we get the best of both worlds and we're not affected by that vent under the window. See, I love that for you and I'm always looking out for you. That's what we do here on this channel. We make at least 2 videos every week all about interior design and we would absolutely love if you took a moment and hit that subscribe button and joined us. We would love to have you as a part of our valued LeChic family. I also would greatly appreciate if you took a moment and gave this video a like. And I also know that you may know somebody that maybe they're stuck, maybe they're struggling to answer some of those design questions, or maybe they have a space like this they just don't know what to do with. Send this video to them because friends help friends. Now listen, if any of the houses in this video or any of the spaces you've seen, this one is the one I would move into. This house, I love the details of. I love a glamorous space, okay? Like something that just feels like comfortable and glamorous and like, oh, you know, it's like so beautiful. Speaking of somebody who is beautiful, say hello to our channel mascot here, little Arden. Are you gonna be here for this video? Yes, okay. This house is gorgeous and I love it. Fantasy dream house, but What I don't like about this is that somebody went bold but safe at the same time, and it just doesn't make sense. And I'm talking about the yellow wall color. They chose this yellow, and it actually does have a historic reference to being in a house of this style, but the problem is when you just play it safe and you're like, okay, that's the color we're gonna do everywhere, it's overwhelming, it's too much, it doesn't make sense. And this is something we also see like a lot with, you know, people that paint their house all white, right? For example, like if you just paint your house all white, every room from room to room is just the same thing over and over again. Like have a little fun, you know, give me some different colors in different spaces. It doesn't all have to be different everywhere, but give us a little bit of something adventurous. So what I did and what I would do if I lived in this house, well, I mean, I think everybody knows I wouldn't have painted it yellow because I wouldn't have been able to help myself but to paint it another color, my favorite color, which is blue. Like this living room here in the back, oh, actually it's a dining room with this giant gorgeous fireplace. It would have been all in like a Wedgwood blue, but that's just my fantasy. I went ahead and made the foyer a soft, creamy off-white. Because what this is doing is a few things. We've got a lot of pattern happening in this foyer with this black and white floor. I love it. It looks great, but when it's contrasted with the yellow and then we have the runner on the staircase that's also got this kind of traditional pattern on it, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of things happening. But doing this space in a more neutralized tone, yes, it's just like a simple off-white, okay? The off-white is allowing all of the white trim, the white ceilings and everything to pop a little bit more, and the white of the floor. It's also allowing the black tile to be the more grounding element in the space. So it makes that floor look more bold. And that's actually a good thing when we're talking about high impact patterns and colors. We need that bold grounding element. It also makes the runner on the staircase blend in a little bit. You still get the reference points because this runner has a little bit of the yellow that's in that dining room and living room beyond in it, but you don't notice it until you zoom in really close and you see it right there in person. So it really makes that more subtle and less of a high contrast detail. We've neutralized a lot of this space. Neutralizing this one room means that the dining room now is a major focal point. When you see this, your eye gravitates right towards that yellow in that space, and it becomes an area that you are intrigued by and you want to move into that space. It's all about flow and movement. Sometimes you have to pull back in one area to excel in another. Now that we talked about some of these design mistakes that you could easily fix in your home, or maybe not so easily, but require just a little bit of attention to detail, let's talk about 7 things you aren't doing in your home that are making it look dated. Be sure you check out this video right over here, and I will see you over there. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching, and I hope you have a great day.